What is going on, guys? It is WrestleMania here back with another video. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of Raw, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including nobody noticed Randy Orton was legitimately furious with Drew McIntyre. Andrade breaks his silence after his release. WWE makes major changes. Is a WWE Champion injured who has played each El Grande Americano? An update on Jerry Lawler's health. A WWE referee harassed and threatened, and much more. Now, we won't recap the matches from last night, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. Always, we start off with the good as number one. John Cena opens. John Cena opened up Raw last night with an outstanding babyface promo. Cena did a fantastic job in selling the PLE match versus Brock Lesnar, and it's such a massive shame that WWE wasted so long with Cena as a heel during his final few months in the company. It was somewhat disappointing that WWE didn't set up a future rivalry for Cena on Raw, as interactions with AJ Styles or Dominic Mysterio would have certainly been appreciated. Number two, the Hugger is back. Now, it appears that Bayley's new character has a split personality of sorts, as during Raw, the Hugger version of Bayley would surface, and later backstage, Bayley could be heard arguing with herself in the locker room. Bayley is definitely the right talent to deliver this type of character. It's certainly one of the most intriguing aspects of Raw right now. Number three, the turn is coming. Asuka continues to be the highlight of Raw, as her inevitable turn on Io Sky is seemingly around the corner. Asuka made a presence felt during the Kairi Sane and Stephanie Becker match, and this could all come to a head this Saturday with Asuka costing her supposed friend the women's world title and AJ and Becky shine. Now, the involvement of AJ Lee and Becky Lynch into the CM Punk and Seth Rollins feud has done wonders for the rivalry. The feud is finally compelling it, and AJ and Lynch have fantastic chemistry on the mic. The four-way promo exchange was well delivered, and while some would say it went on for far too long, it was appreciated that WWE gave this segment enough time to get over with the live crowd. But that was the good. What about the bad? As number one switched things up, a Raw once again revolved around the drama between Jey Uso and LA Knight. Whilst the character development of Jey was badly needed, WWE seriously needed to switch up the main events over Raw each week, as every single week without fail, it's focused on the Vision, Jey Uso, and LA Knight. Now, Knight would get his receipt back to close out Raw, but how is this supposed to help the build to Wrestlepalooza this Saturday, as a former US champion isn't even on the match card? It just makes no sense. The drama surrounding Io Sky, the Kabuki Warriors, and Rhea Reply is actually strong enough to close out the show, and WWE should commit to this story, as fans are fully invested in what's transpiring. Number two, a dire tag division. And does Raw even have a tag division at this stage? As things stand, the titles held by the Judgment Day have been defended once where they were won in June. It's now the middle of September. This simply isn't good enough, and there's no excuse. WWE is creatively bankrupt when it comes to how they present tag teams on the Red brand, and it would make more sense to give the titles to the Vision, as at least they wrestle on a weekly basis. There was nothing downright ugly on this week's show. Whilst this wasn't classic Raw, it did a solid job in advancing the key stories ahead of the PL on Saturday, and that's all you can ask for when it comes to the go-home show. Was it the strongest go-home show ever? Absolutely not, but it did the job. What did you guys think of the Red brand last night? Let us know in the comments down below. Now, let's move on to the news. Our first story nobody noticed Randy Orton was legit furious. Our top story today takes a look at an incident from last week's SmackDown and how Randy Orton was legit pissed off with a spot in his match versus Drew McIntyre. The incident occurred after McIntyre would body slam Orton into the ring ropes, a dangerous spot which sees wrestlers' legs collide with the ropes. In the seconds after this spot went down, Orton appeared to be legitimately pissed off. Orton would actually no-sell the spot, which is actually extremely rare for him, before screaming 25 got him years, and nobody has ever slammed me against the goddamn ropes. Now, it's possible that the WWE great had a rough landing, as it certainly looked that way, and these frustrations could have been furthered thanks to Orton being accidentally busted open in the match with McIntyre. Now, as things stand, there are no reported issues between Orton and McIntyre, as the two have worked countless times over the years. It just appears that Orton wasn't familiar with that particular spot, and due to his rough landing, Orton was caught off guard and legitimately pissed off, especially since he has a pro like Drew McIntyre in the ring. It's definitely an unusual spot, and it may be time for McIntyre to retire the move if it's causing issues. It's also worth noting that the future WWE Hall of Famer has an established history with back problems, and his back injury was so substantial a number of years ago that he was almost forced to retire. Next up, Andrade breaks silence after WWE release. Now, when Friday has finally broken his silence on his WWE release, taken to X yesterday, the former WWE star will thank the WWE, and well, that was literally it. There's no debunking of the accusations thrown towards him or any hint of his future plans. Andrade's WWE release is one of the more complex stories in recent memory, and it's rather unusual for a wrestler to be escorted out of the building, but that's exactly what happened with the former NXT champion. Next up, WWE makes major creative changes. And speaking of Andrade, it was heavily reported over the weekend that Andrade and Rey Fenix were booked to win the tag titles over on SmackDown. Naturally, due to Andrade's WWE exit, these plans couldn't go ahead, and this has led to a major shakeup within WWE Creative. According to Body Slam via Patter, Fenix's creative plans have now been completely reshuffled, and Rey Fenix were a tag team at the time and were most recently featured in a TLC WWE Tag Team Championship match at SummerSlam. Andrade and Rey Fenix were scheduled to continue chasing the WWE Tag Team Championships with a match at Clash in Paris, and sources indicated to Body Slam that they were even in line to win the titles at some point. Rey Fenix's immediate creative plans are now currently being reshuffled due to Andrade's departure. Now, the Patriot report from Body Slam adds that it is possible the Lucha brothers reunite, as Fenix got himself in a United States Championship opportunity through the U.S. Championship Open Challenge in one hell of a match against Sami Zayn on SmackDown last Friday. Sources indicate to Body Slam that the idea of the Lucha brothers reuniting has been discussed, but nothing is confirmed or imminent as of right now. Putting Fenix with his brother Penta on Raw may be a smart idea, especially with Penta in the midst of a feud with a New Day. Next up is Hollywood Cody incoming. A Cody Rhodes has now finished his filming commitments for the new Street Fighter movie, and a new report has surfaced relating to how Rhodes was perceived on set. According to Fightful Select, the reigning WWE champion received glowing reviews. Fightful spoke with someone who worked on the set with Cody Rhodes during Street Fighter, who spoke glowingly of Rhodes. One person also indicated that Hyoki Ego may have gotten his role after Cody Rhodes put in a good word to help make that happen. Now, this is great news, and if the movie is received well, it will certainly open the door for more opportunities in Hollywood for the American Nightmare. Next up, Hall of Famer defends WWE, and WWE's call to have WrestleMania 43 in Saudi Arabia has received well-mixed reviews, to say the very least. And now JBL has defended WWE's call on his podcast, and according to the former WWE champion, he doesn't understand a fan's opinions, and he believes the opinions to be misguided. I can't judge motives. So I don't know their motive for, why they're doing it. Are they doing it for selfish reasons? Are they doing it because, and I say motives, I know why they're doing it. Obviously, they're doing it because of the Saudi Arabia news. I don't know if it's a selfish motive as, hey, I just want to be heard, I'm a spoiled brat, or if I really believe this, and that's my voice speaking out. So, I don't know where they're coming from. I think it's misguided. JBL would continue by saying the morality argument doesn't work. Obviously we're not the moral police, and you say, well, you can't do business with this country because of this. You can list that for pretty much any country, including ours, pretty easily. And so, I get people want to have their voice heard. I 100% do not agree with that dissent at all. JBL isn't the only notable name to defend the company's call to have a WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia, as a lot of names are seeing it as WWE just doing a business deal on a grand scale. Next, WWE Champion Injured. As some entry news now, as WWE has announced that Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton isn't medically cleared. Stratton was set to appear on the NXT Homecoming show tonight, but she's now been replaced by the talented Lyra Valkyria. According to the Wrestling Observer Radio, Tiffany Stratton is reportedly injured after she did not get cleared after SmackDown. Lyra is replacing Tiffany because Tiffany apparently did not get cleared after SmackDown. The most likely spot was a moonsaw off the post in the championship match with Jade Cargill, where she smashed her head off the ground. We want to wish Tiffany Stratton fast recovery. Next up, who played El Grande Americano on Raw? Now, there's been a number of different wrestlers that have portrayed the infamous El Grande Americano character in WWE. The first actual El Grande Americano was played by Chad Gable. Unfortunately, when Gable went down with a devastating injury, they were forced to recast a Luchador, and then the next one went to Ludwig Kaiser. He was a second name to portray the persona. On Raw last night, there were 3 versions of El Grande Americano on screen simultaneously, and the names of the masked individuals are of course Ludwig Kaiser, Keith Dunn, and Tyler Bate. WWC's booking of Dunn and Bate continues to receive criticism, as it's a common consensus that the two could be tearing up on Raw SmackDown if they were given a fair opportunity, but instead they're playing El Grande. Next up, an update on Jerry the King Lawler's health. Now, it was revealed last week that WWE Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler had suffered a minor stroke. Lola had now provided a health update for fans while speaking to Fox 13 Memphis. Memphis. I remember lying in the bed in the hospital, and when people that I knew like family members came in, and I didn't even recognize them. People kept coming out of nowhere to thank me and to pray for me. All of that means such a great deal to me, and I want to thank them for all of that. Lawler would add that he's had trouble with his vision and couldn't even recognize his own home when he was released from the hospital. And finally, a WWE referee harassed. Our final story today takes a look at a social media post from a WWE referee, which led her to receiving significant harassment from fans. Daphne Lashaw took to X to state, "It's not goodbye, it's see you later." And then some fans misinterpreted this as the referee implying that she'd been cut from a WWE contract due to the hate that she received online for giving such a vague message. She then explained, "Bro, I lost my grandma. Not everything is about wrestling." Good God, she then mentioned, "Never in my life did I think I would ever be harassed, threatened, and even be told that they would spit on my grandmother's grave, all because of a misinterpreted tweet." And I said, "Not everything is about wrestling. This is just terrible." And would like to extend our condolences to LSA and her family during this time.